Hello. I know I look like I'm in a dungeon right now, but this is serious, alright? I was talking to a friend around 20 minutes ago. I was basically explaining to him about this essay, um, that I'm writing about the Most Holy Rosary, which is a video that I'll be releasing soon, and somehow we are on the topic. Okay, hold up. It was Revelation chapter 1. I was reading it, and it mentions Philadelphia. And I made a joke about like, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, some stupid joke. And I remembered that the Liberty Bell exists. Excuse me if I start crying in this video, because I can't emphasize how angry this makes me. Oh my gosh. I remembered that the Liberty Bell existed, and it made me so angry that I decided to, I quit, I hung up on him, and I wrote this little essay about how much I hate the Liberty Bell. So I've decided, I came up with 3 reasons why I hate the Liberty Bell. And so I'm just going to go through them today. 1. Liberty Bell has no significance at all. It doesn't contribute, it does nothing to contribute not only to the American dream of individual right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It does nothing. But it also has barely any connection to American history, like, at all. Hold up. According to a website called Ben's Guide to the U.S. Government, the Liberty Bell was ordered by the Pennsylvania Assembly in 1751 to commemorate the 50-year anniversary of William Penn's 1701 Charter of Privileges. I don't care who any of these people are or any of these things, and if I haven't heard of them, they're certainly not significant enough to have their own, like, protected landmark because of, like, some bell they made in the anniversary. Who celebrates the anniversary of some stupid British colonial document by making a bell? How is hitting 2 pieces of metal together to make a noise, how is that going to help anyone in any way, shape, or form? It has no connection whatsoever. It's useless. Number 2, it didn't even work properly. This is like the famous thing about the Liberty Bell. That's the whole thing about it, right? Take one look at it. Half of its fame comes from the fact, actually all of its fame comes from the fact that it's completely useless. It has no purpose other than to sit there and look pretty. It's like a flower pot, except it's massive, made of metal, immobile. It doesn't have any flowers in it, and it's flipped upside down and hung from a hinge so that millions of Americans can take pictures of it every year because they happen to be in Philadelphia visiting their family, and they're like, oh yeah, the Liberty Bell exists. You know that thing that I remember like once a year, and they talked about it in elementary school once? So they go and snap a picture of it so they can show their cousin. And then they have the same thought, oh yeah, that exists. I completely forgot. It's like the creators of the bell realized that they created a huge like waste of money because it broke, and they didn't want to admit they were stupid. So they decided to make this whole tourist trap around it so they could scam like millions of people every year. And it's worked. And they tell everyone, oh, it's connection to liberty. It's like a symbol of the American dream. But it's not. It has nothing to do with America. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's a piece of metal. Anyway, the final one. Number 3, no one actually cares. Look me in the eyes and tell me you care. Look me in the eyes and tell me that if it disappeared tomorrow, you'd have the slightest bit of sadness. You wouldn't. Because it's a failed experiment. The creators of this thing turned some failed experiment that some rich guy commissioned into a false symbol of freedom and liberty. I think about this thing probably once a year, if even that. It has zero effect on my life. None. Until today. This is the first time I've actually put significant thought into the Liberty Bell, and I realize how stupid it is. It has zero effect on anyone's life because it means nothing. It's a bunch of iron. That's it. Hold up. It's like these sprinkles, and it's ironic because they're called over the top, which is pretty much what the bell is. They've been sitting there since my sister's birthday party 2 years ago. No one ever uses them. No one cares. And no one would notice if we threw them away. But for some reason, they're still there. For some reason, these sprinkles are valuable enough that they're worth keeping on the shelf. I think, honestly, at this point, the government should melt it down for scrap. Oh no, it's scandalous. Oh, how could you say such a thing? It's completely useless. A few pieces of usable metal would be more helpful than this poor excuse for a landmark. This broken bell. Which, by the way, it broke on its first try. McDonald's Happy Meal toys have a better track record than this 2,000-pound disappointment. We should melt down this poor excuse for a national treasure whose veneration is a lie and whose display is a scam and burden on the American people. Why do the heathens still worship this idol when the Lord hath already destroyed it? Alright, thanks for watching. Appreciate you taking your time out of the day to watch this video. Let me know what you think. Is the Liberty Bell a worthless piece of garbage that's a burden on the society, or do you think that we should keep this worthless piece of trash? Yeah, just let me know. Have a great day.